thing is, not everybody is out here. Not everybody is Christian, and that's no disrespect to what you're saying, but
Right.
your values are different than what maybe the next man's values is. So they
Right.
choose to live their lives outside of what would be the traditional rule set of Christianity, and
Well,
they don't feel like that's wrong.
well, I look at it like this though, man. I just believe. Well, we're gonna go back there later. Let me. I got the
Yeah.
answer.
Hmm.
What's your thoughts on this? Women reject men who are going to make them wives for guys that made them single mothers, then complain they can't get a good guy.
I don't agree with that. It's not other men's fault that you haven't met the right person for you yet, but you want to go out in public and try to label all men like that. Yeah, my ex was trash, but that don't mean the next guy I meet's going to be trash. So why do I have to make him suffer for the other man's mistake? So they can miss me with that. I'm not about to sit here and penalize another man for my ex's mistakes. My ex is my ex for a reason. So if I meet another man, why do you have to pay the consequences of some other dude when it ain't even his fault in the first place? You fucked up in the head. Get yourself right first. Go to therapy and get yourself right first before
That's
you try
all
to put
Kevin
yourself
Samuels
in a
was preaching.
relationship.
Wait. Let me say this right quick. That's all Kevin Samuels was preaching. Get your ass some therapy and get some fucking help. And what do you qualify for? If your ass know you a 3, you don't qualify for a man 6'6", making $250,000. What about that man at the construction job making $30 an hour? Why can't you get that man? That's all he's saying. All he was saying was basically average women get with average men. That's it.
But how do you know what sets the precedence for what's average and what's a 10?
What you
Like,
qualify for?
but how do you know what you qualify for? And then you got to think about people who are narcissists, who the collective group might think you a 2, but in their head she thinks she a 10. So how do you address that?
Listen to me. When
Mm-hmm.
you qualify for a home or apartment, whatever you qualify, or a car, you have to have qualifications on your credit score, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to go through it. Well, them women right now, their demand is not matching their supply. You can't have 4 or 5 kids and talking about you want a man making $300,000 a year and with no kids and raise all your kids. It don't work like that. It only
Yeah.
work in Disney. It only work in Disney World movies.
But contrary to that, what do you say to the dude that done hit it so many times and then let her have more kids back to back to back? Like, we put too much pressure on one side of the party.
Wait. Let me explain something. It goes for both sides,
Yeah,
goddamn.
that's what I'm saying. It goes for both sides, but I feel like women are more criticized because they are
No, they're not.
having
No, they're
multiple
not. They're being less
kids.
criticized. They blame everything on men. Watch all these talk shows. But we got to go back to my question just now. Don't you
Mm.
feel like too many women are making one man suffer for all their mistakes?
Yeah, there's too many. Yeah, I agree with that for sure, because we wouldn't be having all these different YouTube channels and talk shows about women talking about all these disparities. At what point do we have to take accountability for the disparities that we helped create? The man didn't just jump in the relationship and ruin everything from the start. Like, if he was into you, y'all got in an equal partnership or whatever, it didn't take just him to ruin the relationship. Even in my own past relationship, I know everything wasn't on him. I know there's plenty of things I did wrong, so I'm not about to just take my experience from this one relationship and let all these other men and put that title onto other men and say men as a collective whole are like that, when they're not. When they're absolutely, you're gonna be by yourself for the rest of your life if you're gonna keep treating men like they are the problem for your past negative relationships,
Mm-hmm.
because you'll never be happy. You will
Right.
never be happy with the person you're gonna be with
Okay.
or try to be with.
Facts. We got to move on. What's your thoughts on women? What's your thoughts on women lying to men about that's their child when it's not their child?
It's disgraceful
Should
and it's
they
not fair.
wait before you continue? Should it be a crime for that? And should those women pay back the child support for that man who paid child support for a kid that's not theirs, or whatever, or gave money to a child that's not theirs? Should it be a crime, and should they go to jail for that, or what's your thoughts?
Let me say this much. If a woman can go to the state and file a child support case for free, and then have the state start garnishing man's money and stuff, then a man should be able to equally go to the state and demand his money back from that woman who had him paid out that child support. I don't know about it being a crime, but I think that there should be steeper. There should be some consequences to that. You sit there and ruin a
You
man's
don't think there
life.
should be a crime for that?
If it's going to be a crime, what do you call it?
Uh,
Embezzlement,
uh,
burglary,
fraud.
theft,
Fucking
fraud.
fraud.
Okay,
They
then
need to go to
yes.
jail.
Then
Put it like this.
yes.
They need to
Then
take
yes.
their ass to jail.
Then yes. I
Lock them
agree.
up.
Because when you do that to a man who innocently and truly did not help contribute to the birth of this child, you're locking him into a position that's going to keep him occupied with a child for 20 years or more.
And then he find out the child ain't his.
And then you've busted your ass working 8 to 16 hours a day to support a child that you were lied to about, where this money could have been going to your career, life-changing decisions. Yeah, that's to me that's fucked up.
They need to do, you know what they need to do? They need to put them women on death row. Yep, I see.
Nah, that's
Put them
a
on
reach.
death row.
That's a
No,
reach.
let
I
me
don't know
finish.
about
Let me
death row.
finish.
She gotta be there to take y'all. Y'all
Wait,
complaining about these these parentless kids.
wait.
Don't put her
Let
on
me
death row.
finish.
Let her raise them kids first.
Wait, man. Let me finish. Let me say this.
Sorry.
Those women who are lying to men and saying that their kid for 18 plus years, throw their ass on death row. Goddamn it. And I can sign the bill off. I'm ready to sign the bill off on that shit. I guarantee you won't see women lie to the men no damn more. Put their ass on death row.
I ain't gonna argue your opinion on that. We can agree to disagree.
Okay. I think it's that drink talking to me. That drink
Death
getting in me right
row
now.
is a stretch. Let her raise her kids first, then let her suffer the consequences.
Hell no. Lock her ass up.
If you lock her up, then my taxes gotta help pay for that kid.
Well, shit. Well, that man money was paying for his kid for 18 years. That wasn't his kid. And matter of
Well,
fact,
then they
you
need
know
to
what they
do
need to do?
some
They need
DNA
to,
forensics and find the father.
you know what they need to do? She need to pay that man double back for that money. Times double.
I don't know
She
about
need to sell her
double, but maybe
assets.
some interest.
Wait, let me say this. I'm gonna let you go. They need to sell her assets and all that shit and give it to the man till that debt is paid for collateral. God damn it.
Maybe not double. Maybe tack on some interest.
No, yeah, double. Hell, double. He need to
Double?
get paid double. He need to get paid double for his trouble.
Then how's she gonna take care of the kids?
Fuck them kids. He ain't shit. How he gonna take care of his mental mindset? He done raised another man's kids for 18 years.
But she
Shit.
busy giving all of the money back to
Fuck them
him.
kids.
Not only what she owe him,
You
but
ain't thinking about
double
them kids
that
when she was lying.
half of that double need to go to them children.
Wait. Was she thinking about them kids when she lied to that man?
Yeah,
No, she wasn't. Cause
she
she's a
was.
liar.
She was thinking about that
No,
kid when she lied to
she
him.
was thinking about herself.
Who else gonna be there to help take care of that kid? She was thinking
But
about
the
that
daddy,
kid when she told him.
find the damn daddy. She need to be
I
on
mean,
Facebook
yeah,
finding that damn daddy.
yeah, she can. She need to do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with you on that.
Fuck that shit. She in the club fucking and trying to find a rich nigga and get lit. Bitch, you need to
You
find out who your
straight,
fucking kids is, you
you
dumb
straight
bitch.
pulled them.
Fuck
Fuck
them
them
kids.
kids meme on me.
The women that think,
The Michael Jordan meme.
how they think about the kids, they not even married or with the child's father. They ain't thinking about the kid, they thinking about their motherfucking self.
Honestly, it's I think it's circumstantial. If we're talking about these rich fathers and mothers trying to go after a man
You
for
giving me
the
a bunch of
bag.
rich. Wait, you just giving me a bunch of food salad right now.
No, let me finish though. I'm saying it's circumstantial because there are women that are purposefully claiming child support, but it's because they're seeing his income and know what he's making. But if you take a step back and bring it back to like regular people, community members, our local community members, these men ain't out here making money like that for you to be trying to go after him for child support when you barely gonna get anything. Again, it's circumstantial. Everyone's case is different, but like, to me, for all of that, I get it. He needs to be responsible if he's actually the father and take care of the kid financially. But it's wrong to be going after someone because they're rich and be having kids and using the kids as a means of financing.
They're having kids with Trey, man, and broke boys and shit. They jump
Well,
out.
that's my point. That's my point. Was it truly worth it? Because you're not gonna get what
$200
$200 a month in child
They
support.
like them. Listen to me very carefully. They don't care about it. As long as the way he look and how they make him feel and they can fuck good, they'll have a baby with a man. And they get men like me to raise their kids, and I ain't fucking doing it. They can suck my dick.
Well, yeah, that's very much your option and choice, and
No,
I'm
it ain't
not gonna
my damn
I'm not
option.
gonna deny that.
Fuck that. I ain't raising another man's kids.
You might get older and change your mind about
Hell
that.
no.
It depends.
No. Fuck
Okay,
no.
I'm gonna check on you in like 15 years
Listen,
from now if I'm
I'm
still
never
here.
raising another man's kids. You already let a man come inside you and bust in you. Why the fuck would I want to wife you up? Your womb is
That's
already used.
crazy.
You're using damaged goods. You're good for nothing.
That's crazy. So should
Crazy
women
my
have that same?
ass.
No, listen. Do women need to have that same precedence? Meaning, she don't need to be. You can't be husband material because you done dipped your dick in every pussy available. So we should have that
You're
same
moving the
mindset.
goalposts, but we got to move the stuff. We got to change stuff.
Nah, that wasn't moving the goalposts.
We're moving the goalposts.
Answer that for me real quick.
I go back to that later. We'll go back to that
All
later.
right.
Okay. Do you feel like, what is a pick-me girl? What is a pick-me girl?
Someone desperate to have the same ideologies as the guy she's trying to get. She's going to conform herself despite her own personal opinions, beliefs, and relations. She's going to conform herself to be what he wants versus having her own individuality. She's ready to throw that to the wayside and only conform with everything and all about him. And that's atrocious. You should be independent and have your own free form mind and thought, because that's what I feel like men want. Someone who's an intellectual, who can talk with them, who can do things with them and have a difference of opinion about things. So I really kind of hate women who try to do that.
This is what men want. Feminine, cooperative, and fit. And they want 3 other things too to go with it. They want 6 things. The other 3 is this right here. Are you listening very carefully?
Mm-hmm.
Sex, silence, and food.
I don't think that's true.
Okay. Well, okay. Keep burying your head in the sands if you want to.
Not me. So you don't want anyone in your life that's an intellectual who can carry a conversation with you?
Listen. What I just said. I said, and I mean that. That is what a woman should be. That is my ideology of a woman. That's my concept of how my wife should be. Mm-hmm. Sex, silence, and food, fit, feminine, and friendly. Fit, feminine, and cooperative. That is the thing. I'm the head, she's the neck. That's how we go, hand in hand. Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on Pearly thing, this white woman? I like her. I think she's brilliant in her content. But a lot of people, she got a lot of detractors and a lot of hate. What's your thoughts on that shit?
I'm not into her. I think she's
and why so?
A pick me. I think she's fine. I think she's abandoned. Like, there's proof. I think she's abandoned who she used to be to conform herself in a way that's going to secure her financially. So in order for her to secure the bag, she's going to be the perpetual pick me on YouTube to make her money while also being the mouthpiece for men. But because she's a white woman, it's a message that's been amplified. And so I'm not into that.
Now, wait a minute. Is the pick-me a good woman who's cooperative and everything I just said? Or they're just saying the pick-me's to shame women for walking in their true femininity?
Neither. I think a pick-me is what I just said. A woman who throws away all of her individual ideologies to only conform and be anything and everything that man demands her to be and have opinions about. She's going to be the mouthpiece for what her man is going to say and be about. I think that's just not me. Like, I see that as a pick me, and I don't really like, if your entire intellect is based around you not even having your own opinion and individuality about these topics that they're talking about, and you only choose to be a mouthpiece for men. Men can talk for themselves. We don't need a white woman with red hair.
No. Wait. I got to cut you off right here. Listen very carefully. First of all, you said men got a mouthpiece and can talk for themselves. See, that's the problem.
No, that's not what I said. No, I said girl is being the mouthpiece.
Let me finish. Don't do that because I'm saying something you don't agree with. You interrupted me. Let me finish to get my point across. Now, first of all, who's been dominating radio hosts and hosts for the last 30, 40 years? Men or women?
How's that relevant?
I need you to answer the question. Who's been dominating talk show hosts for 30 to 40 years, men or women?
Not that I'm trying to avoid it, but I couldn't tell you, like, because no, because one, listen, because I watch mostly women all my life on talk shows.
Let me finish. That was a quick question to ask you. I say that to say this. Men have never had a platform to discuss how they feel and what they wanted in a woman. It's okay for women to have standards and say they don't want average men, but there's a problem when a man set a precedent and what he wants and requirements for a woman that he wants, then there's issues. He gets the slander, he gets backlash, he gets shamed, he gets the guilt. They bring up his background. They never shamed Steve Harvey for what he did. Steve Harvey had several marriages, failed marriages. He got a book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Man, Think Like a Man, and Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man bullshit. Women love Steve Harvey because Steve Harvey's telling women what they want to hear. As soon as they get a man like Kevin Samuels, for example, he tells them the truth and not counterfeiting. Steve Harvey wants money and trying to sell books. He's telling you the raw deal, giving you raw, uncut, and they can't take it. But the point I'm making is that men have never had a platform like talk show hosts. Talk shows by females have been dominating. Why? Because females are the most consumers and the most buyers, and they get money off it.
I mean, I don't disagree with you about females talk show hosts dominating TV and whatnot. I also feel like whatever men's preferences are for their women, I don't disagree with that. Every man should have the right and opportunity to choose the woman that they want. So if it's a pick-me that they want, that's fine. Like, for me at least, I don't care personally, but I know what I want in a relationship, and I don't want to be someone that's going to be walking around with my head cut off and my husband's going to be the head replacement for the rest of me. Like, I want to be able to be opinionated, be an intellectual, be able to move in the same crowds with him, support him, see him grow, and vice versa, and we work as a team. But to each man their own is what I would say. If you want the sex, silence, and cooking, you have the right to that.